Hey there everybody, coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida today. Oh my goodness, I feel so blessed. I can tell you that. I definitely feel just so blessed. You know, the beaches are closing down here in Fort Lauderdale on Friday, and luck would have it that I am here on Tuesday and Wednesday prior to the beaches closing down for the 4th of July. So here I am out here on Fort Lauderdale Beach. We just got done having an awesome lunch with Miss Addison Bell and my beautiful daughter Samantha, who's here joining us on our girls trip. You know, it's just been one of those times, like all this shutdown, all the lockdown, it really gets us into scarcity mode. It makes us to believe that we should fear life, that we should fear nature, that we should fear all this stuff. And you know, it's lovely to just be out here and enjoying the beautiful blue skies, the palm trees, and of course the beautiful ocean. You know, and here we are in Fort Lauderdale, as you can see. I'll just give you a quick little swoop here. Yeah. So I was here a couple years ago doing some private client sessions and everything, and I got to experience the Florida feel, and then back last November for a last minute surprise trip to Disney World with my kids for my son's 14th birthday. And I love Florida. I love Florida. I love the hospitality of Florida. I love, of course, the white sand of Florida. I love the ocean. You know, if you want to make me happy, take me to the beach. That's just the way it is. But my God, this tree is attacking me. But I was thinking about it, like we were out and we were swimming around, and oh, all right, before I get to my point, hold on, we're gonna peep on Addison, okay? So she's doing Addison Unleashed. We decided, my daughter's off trying to find an ATM machine because her card won't work. Flora doesn't like her card, so she's like trying to pull money out of her bank right now so that she can do whatever. And Addison is over here on the beach, and let's see if I can find her. Where is she? Like, you should be able to see her right about there. She's somewhere over there. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if you can see her. I should, like, here, maybe I should just like flip it. Can I flip it and like zoom in on her and be that peeping friend? Hold on. There we go. Like, here we go. Can I do it? See her? There's Addison. There's Addison. She's totally gonna kill me, guys. But look at her in her big hat, sitting on the beach. Doesn't she look pretty? Yeah. So, all right. She's totally gonna kill me. Totally. When she finds out that I did that, she calls me a peeping friend or something like that. Anyway, when we do stuff like this. No. So we're out in the ocean and we're floating and we're playing with seaweed and we're playing with the sand. We're just laughing and having such an awesome girls' time, right? And it's just so awesome. We're only here for one night. We just literally jumped on a plane to come and play in the water and hit the sand. Like, that's what we wanted to do, so that's what we did. And isn't that fucking awesome to have a life that you can just jump on a plane and hit the sand and the beach, you know, the water, because you feel like it. And my life used to not be like that. My life seriously was not like that, not that long ago. You know, 7, 8 years ago, I couldn't have done this. I had no opportunity to do this. I felt stuck. I was trapped. I had a tight ass schedule. I didn't have enough money. I was still figuring out my business. I was so green, as the sales world wants to call it, you know, in who I was and in my practice. And the reason I do what I do, I get hit all the time where people say, you don't work for free, Kendal, and you know, like, you're all about the money. All right, no, I'm not really all about the money. And anybody who works with me, anybody who knows me truly knows that it's not about the money for me. It's about freedom. It's about what I can do in my practice for other people and for my family and for my friends. And to be able to, you know, like this trip, my daughter, she's a new mom. She's been with, you know, my grandson for the last 16 months straight, and she moved from Maui, Hawaii, back home to Dallas, Texas, to be by me and to give birth to my beautiful grandbaby and to have support and everything. And this is the first time that she's managed to get away, that we've had the opportunity to get away and her be able to just really enjoy a couple days of just girls' time and not have a baby on the boob or on the hip, okay? And I was able to bless her with this trip, and that's why I do what I do. But here's why. Here's how, I mean. Like, here is how. And I believe that each and every one of us is capable of having this lifestyle. I believe that this is what we're supposed to be doing. All uniquely in our own way, of course, but I believe that we are all supposed to have the opportunity to live a freedom life-based. Just life that is just, where we're just being able to go and do. A couple days ago, maybe early in the week, last week, I wrote an article talking about how I hate being controlled and how freedom is one of the most important aspects in my life. Like, that is the thing that I strive for the most. And the things that, like, at the end of the day, what am I after? Happiness and freedom. Happiness and freedom. And I hate being controlled. I hate being told how to show up, what to say, what to do, what I should or should not do, all this kind of stuff, and that there's all these judgments and criticisms. So I just basically say fuck the world on that kind of stuff. Like, I am me, and if you don't like me, well, then you're not in my tribe, you're not my people, and I'm okay with that. And if we lived more like that, because there's so many different tribes, there's so many different aspects to life, there's so many different personalities, if we each chose to live a little bit more like that, we would find our truth and we would find our freedom. And we would also find our callings, because we're not here to live a life of paying bills, to live a life where we just struggle, where we suffer. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be loving, we're supposed to be enjoying, we're supposed to be connecting, we're supposed to know our own worth. And I cannot preach it enough. I cannot tell everybody that I run into enough that you're worthy. You are so fucking worthy of a beautiful life. You are so fucking worthy of freedom. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of abundance. And how you gain this, how you get this in your world, is to simply, it's pretty simple. It's simple. Is it easy? No. The next words that come out of my mouth are not easy. But to command in your reality. Yesterday I was blessed to be interviewed by Dr. Hank, who is a local doctor. He works with a lot of real estate. He's not like a doctor, like a medical, well, I'm sure he has his medical degree, that's why he's called doctor. Maybe it's a psychologist, I don't know. I didn't do a massive amount, like how many doctors do you have or anything. But yesterday I was interviewed by him, and he teaches real estate agents and other entrepreneurs how to live an abundant life, how to manifest, the life that they want, to call in the clients that they want and stuff. And he interviewed me on law of attraction and my practices and principles around that, and how sex, comes about into that, and using our sexual energy. And it's very, very true. Like, we have shamed our sex. We have shamed all these aspects of ourselves. We have separated all these pieces of our life. And as long as we live in a separated state, we do not, all right, get this? We do not have the power to command in our reality, as long as we are separating ourselves from the truth, from our truth, from the truth of being in alignment with God, okay, with source energy. And when we get into that alignment, we all of a sudden have this magical power to really call in everything that we want. And I'm a living example of it. I cannot, everybody might think that I had all these privileges all my life, and that I've had this lifestyle all my lifetime, and I grew up in some cushy household where I didn't have anything to worry about. I grew up extremely poor. I had, if you guys saw pictures of my childhood home, you'd be like, oh my God, like, that is, yeah, it was bad, all right? It was really, really bad. It was a 600 square foot little shack that had my bedroom floor had subboard, okay? I never had actual paint or wallpaper or anything on my walls. It was just like pale pink and pale green, whatever the frick that the stuff that goes before you put on all the paint and stuff. It was just like sheetrock, there's the word for it. My walls were sheetrock, my flooring was subboard. I had my grandmother, my deceased grandmother's hospital bed for my childhood bed. My parents did not have a lot of money. I remember the very first time that I bought a swimsuit. I think I was 10 years old, and I felt so massively guilty over spending my birthday savings money, and I had like $10 that I spent on this little lavender and sparkly swimsuit for my friend's birthday party, and I wanted to wear a pretty new swimsuit. And so I talked my mom into letting me buy this swimsuit and these little flip-flops. And I spent like $15. And my dad, oh my gosh, my father was livid, mad at my mom and at me for spending my savings on a stupid swimsuit. But it brought me so much joy. It brought me so much happiness. And I remember that, you know, and it was this like scarcity mode constantly. And, you know, fast forward, I had all that scarcity in high school. You know, I had that scarcity for a 20-year marriage where a lot of the time I didn't have power. A lot of the time I didn't know where my food was coming from. A lot of the time I didn't even know if I'd come home and be able to get into my house and have my belongings still. And, you know, it was like evictions and numerous excuses and reasons as to why we could not survive, why it was not happening. And we were fighting for this dream, and we were struggling, and my ex-husband, he was so much onto like building your story. He would tell me, this is going to build our story. Imagine when we're on stage. Imagine when we're on stage, this story. And, you know, I'm like, now I get to tell the story, but I don't tell the story because I am where I am. I tell the story because so many people are there or have been there. And it's a decision. It's a commitment. And what I did when I turned 30 was I made a commitment to myself. My 30th birthday was a big birthday. I wanted a birthday party. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be cherished. I wanted to know that people loved me. And my husband said, oh yeah, I got a birthday party planned for you. And he told me all this stuff, not to worry, it's going to be great. And on the day of my birthday, he invited my high school best friend to come over to the house, and she bought me a plant that looked much like this palm tree. She bought me a plant, and that was my birthday present, and that was my birthday party. And he messaged her that day and let her know, and there was no plan. And in that moment, I went to myself and I just said, you know, I'm done. I'm done accepting so much less for my life. I'm done being worth so little to this world, to my life, to my partner, to me. And I realized in that moment that I had to start to command in what I wanted. And from there, I started to really focus in on my inner work. I started to become very diligent about the inner work. And it was tough as fuck. I mean, like, some of the stuff that I put myself through, the lessons, some of it wasn't good. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't fun. It certainly wasn't pretty, all of it. But every moment, even the brutal, painful, suffering moments, when I look back, I do it all over again. I do it all over again for the lessons that it taught me, for the people that it's brought me close to, for the people that I get to help and to connect with today because of the life experiences that I got to have then, and for being able to move through it and to find my own power, to command in my reality. And my message to you today is that no matter where you're at, because I know a lot of people are struggling right now. There's a lot of struggle in our world. There's a lot of pain in our world. There's a lot of fear and scarcity. And we look out there and we don't know what direction to turn, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because our world's a little fucked up right now. It just is. Like, everybody's turning against everybody. We're fearing everything. But you know what? You don't have to fear. You have that strength inside yourself, and you can make it through this. You can make it through whatever is presenting itself. And if you just come at it from a level of knowledge that you are worthy, and that whatever is presenting itself right now has nothing to do with today's energy. This is all past energy presenting itself. It's manifesting. It is time for you. Uh-oh, here comes Addison.
Little mom! Hey guys. Alright, I'm out. Have fun.
I zoomed in on you on your Addison Unleashed, and we watched you from a distance. You looked pretty. So, no, you can. She totally like fucked that up, didn't she? Like, she just messed it up. No, we love her. No, like, if you come at it from a space of just knowing that you got this and that you can make it through, and that everything happens for a reason and is here presenting a lesson to you, then you are going to make it through. And in those moments, you're going to find your strength, you're going to find your value. And if you can just have compassion for yourself, if you can just focus on what you truly want and realize that that energy is not presenting itself, that what you're experiencing right now is not presenting because of where you're at right now in this moment, but because of Attack of the Tree, but because of what you were doing yesterday and the day before and the energy that you've been residing in all the last few days, weeks, or months, or years, that programming, but that right now you can make a decision to change it and to have a different attitude about your world, a different attitude about your life. And when you make up your mind, once and for all, dig your feet in the, all right, here we go, ready? Dig your feet in the sand, okay? Dig your feet in the sand. Dig your feet in the sand. And get very clear about what you want. And then command, seriously, command. And commandments come by giving yourself permission. Permission to be happy, even when it's hard to look out into the world and find things to be joyous about. Permission to feel safe, even though it's hard to look out into the world and see that our world is supporting safety. Permission to feel abundant, even though your bank account may not say that you're financially abundant. Permission to be loved, even though you may not have a soul around you to love you. Permission to be healthy, even though you might be hacking up your lung right now or have a horrible temperature and feel like crap. You've got to give yourself permission for these things. And we don't do that. We do not give ourselves permission. And that's how we command in the reality that we want, by saying, yes, I can have this. I give myself permission for this. I am worthy of this. I know that I am a child of God. I know that I am a co-creator to this beautiful existence for all. And that I can have what I desire, because what I desire desires me too. And you got to know that, okay? You've got to know that. The things that you want for, the life that you want, it's all there. It's waiting for you. And it's wanting you to move towards it. But we live in a world of attraction, okay? That's what our universe is built on, attraction. Okay? So in order for you to be able to attract it, you have to become magnetic to it, which means you have to get into the frequency, the vibration of it. And I can guarantee you that the things that you're wanting are not going to be attracted to depression or towards anger or fear or scarcity. They're going to be attracted towards your joy, towards those feelings of freedom and safety and health and well-being and connection. So search that out, find it, enjoy it, bathe in it, and love your fucking self. Okay? All right. So on that note, you'll see an article coming out later. I got a really cute picture, and yeah, that I want to share with everybody. It's just a funny picture, but let me see. Things that are happening, nothing except for me enjoying Fort Lauderdale right now for the next day and a half now, since I've been here a half a day. And then Addison and I have a couple workshops coming up this in July, and in August you're going to see local workshops coming out. So definitely make sure that if you have not explored my events page, to go explore my events page. We've got everywhere from oral intimacies, which is for him and for her. We've got our summer orgasm camp, which is all about female sexuality, which is for couples and singles, for him and for her. We've got cock connectiveness, which is a male class. We've also got tantric sex magic, which is coming out, and then I've got my level 1 certification for quantum integration, which is my magic show, where I get to teach you how to have beautiful orgasmic energy move through you, how you can touch others to do the same, and to move energy. So definitely go explore those on the events page. And you know, if you want a little bit of one-on-one, that's available no matter where you're at in this world. I can most certainly help you move those mountains, shift your shit, and claim the life that you truly want to have. And as always, remember, you're worth it. You truly are. You've just got to claim your dreams, your life, your worth, your love, your well-being. And as always, stop existing, start living. And then I'll see you tomorrow from probably a beach like this, maybe even this beach. I don't know where, but somewhere here in beautiful Fort Lauderdale.